G'day guys, it's Yanni here, Director and Auctioneer at Yanni Mooney Property. We welcome you to our live Facebook market update for June 11th, 2022. It's been an outstanding day, definitely a very long day. We started our first inspection today up at Parriera, a private inspection at Unit 10 of 2 Grand Parade. We've got some strong interest on this property prior to hitting the market. We will have an update for you very, very shortly. We had 3 properties go to auction today at our Super Saturday auction event. I can now report over $2.6 million worth of sales in Caloundra real estate sales today. Unit 509 of 12 Otranto Avenue in Caloundra in the Monaco building sold under the hammer with multiple registered bidders. This property sold for $1,300,000, a fantastic result. Congratulations to my clients there. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. Really, we spoke just about every day for the last 4 weeks, at least 2 inspections a week, multiple private inspections, marketing reports, Zoom meetings. It was an absolute pleasure, and what a fantastic result. Unit 2 of 41 Moreton Parade in Kings Beach also sold today under the hammer on a cash unconditional contract. And Unit 8 of 8 Esplanade in Golden Beach, although this property did pass in today, we sold at $80,000 more than what it passed in for, and I can now report that one is done and sold. Over $2,600,000 worth of sales for these buyers or people out there that are suggesting the market may be slowing down. I'd suggest coming along to our auction events and seeing the market in full swing. Last week I touched on the benefits of the auction process, particularly as a sale, but more importantly, the question that sometimes posed, auctions may be stressful. I know I went into detail about that comment and said, in fact, it's quite the opposite. What is stressful is accepting a contract with conditions on it, and then the buyer has all the power. What isn't stressful or as stressful is selling the property, having no cooling off period, which is a 5-day clause in Queensland where the buyer can pull out for no reasons, no questions, they can pull out. There's no finance condition on that. We are seeing a lot of banks taking 28, 35 days for the finance to go through. And also there's no building and pest body corporate special conditions. There's no conditions whatsoever. So instead of you accepting a contract today and waiting 35 days for the buyer to either proceed or not proceed, the benefit of the auction process for the buyer and the seller, it is an unconditional sale. We know it is going ahead. This week I want to touch on, and I did say it last week, the benefits of buying at auction as a buyer. And there's so many benefits as a buyer. In fact, it's probably the best way to buy a property. I know I sometimes get posed the question, look, we don't like bidding at auction, or we want to know a price. If we unpack that a little bit, as a buyer, it's really important for you to see where your competition is, know where you can buy the property, but also, really come to an event where you can see your competition, you can see where the bid's at, you can make educated decisions to participate, to increase your bid or not. With buyers saying, look, we don't like to bid at auction, I think the question needs to be asked, how do you want to buy the property? What is important to you? And I see a lot of buyers, especially in this market, they say, Yanni, we've been to an open home. We love the property. We ask the agent, look, it's offers over $1 million, for example, what will buy it? And generally that agent might say, look, I can't disclose what we'll buy. You need to put your best foot forward. We've got 5 other offers. I can't tell you what these other offers are, but all I can say is submit your best offer. We don't really know where to put an offer there. You don't really know where you need to be to buy the property. And I've seen so many buyers make an offer. They're now in a multiple offer situation. All offers are submitted to the seller. They don't know where their next bid, where the next competition is, where they have to beat. And often the agent will come back to them and say, you're $10,000 away. I'm sorry, we've accepted another offer. That buyer may have had more money in them if they knew where the bid was at. Now let's compare that to an auction. You come along to the auction, You see your competition, you know where the bid's at, and you know exactly what's going on. It's not behind closed doors. It's not, we can't tell you where the bid's at. So as a buyer, on that basis, auction is so much more preferable than buying a property by price, by private treaty. You can see exactly where your competition is, and that is so, so important. A few other benefits to the auction process as the buyer is you do your legwork at the start. So if you want a building and pest inspection, you go and get the building and pest inspection done. Now you've got that, you go into the auction scenario, you know what level you need to bid, you know what renovations or what work needs to be done. You'll know where that line is in the sand is. Again, reverse that to private treaty. You might make a very high offer to buy the property. You might do a building and pest report, spend money on solicitor fees, all these bits and pieces, and then you might find that the property may not be worth bidding to or buying at that certain level that you made the offer on, and it can just complicate things. Same with due diligence or any council searches. You do this all prior to coming along and bidding and knowing where to buy the property. So a lot of benefits there as the buyer. And I think if your comments in the past have been, we don't like bidding at auction, maybe thinking about all the pros and cons with both processes, with all processes really, and knowing what's beneficial to you. I think it is beneficial to do your research, to do your information, then go and buy the property. I think it is beneficial for you as the buyer to know where your competition is, to know where you have to beat. There's none of this, oh, look, I didn't know where the offer was, or I would have beaten that particular level. So all very, very important. There's a lot of pros to buying a property at auction as the buyer. In fact, it may be the best way. Coming back to our events over the last few weeks, we've listed a lot of property this week. We've listed 4 listings, all 3 at Caloundra, and also 1 at Parriera, Unit 10 of 2, Grand Parade and Parriera. I touched on before. We were there this morning at 8 a.m. doing a private inspection. Some interested buyers. Watch this space. We may have a contract on this by the end of the weekend. We also listed Unit 12 of 12, Orvieto Terrace, sensational unit there on the 4th floor. You've really got all the views here, and it's not just a water view too. You've got the surf at Kings Beach. You can see the flags. You've got the Kings Beach headland, the fountains, even out to Bribie and Moreton Island. You've got all of the views. I know a straight water view is good, but it's also good to see a bit of action, see the surf, see the patrol as well. This unit also has a rooftop terrace, an exclusive rooftop terrace, even better views than the unit itself has. And Unit 13 of 79 Edmund Street, this 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom unit in the sheer water building, should I say. 2 balconies, 2 bedrooms, outstanding spot, outstanding location. You're close to the Kings Beach shops, cafes, restaurants, boardwalk, it's all there. And also Unit 8 of 4, Orvieto Terrace. What a unit this is. If you're thinking of downsizing and transitioning from, the big family home to a unit, this is a unit for you. It's got all of the space. The amount of storage in this property, I think it has more storage than most homes I've been inside of. And it's a big unit too. You've got 3 bedrooms, outstanding living area, another study nook as well. And the amount of space, storage, area, it's going to be much easier transition going from a big house into this outstanding house-sized unit. Unit 8 of 4, Orvieto Terrace, will go to auction on July 16. We got a big day that day. We've got a few more auctions the rest of this month. Another auction next Saturday. We did have 2, one sold prior up at Medina there, and then another couple on June 25th. What a month this is going to be, as well as next month. The market is still very, very strong. My final comments for this late night rant would be to buyers at the moment saying, Yanni, the market's changing, or interest rates are going up, or whatever it may be. A few months ago it was Putin and Russia, and then before that it was other things or inflation. Buy with confidence, but also if we come back to the comment of interest rates are going up, therefore I'm not buying. Well, if you're a buyer with finance or looking to secure a loan from the bank to purchase the property, potentially if interest rates go up, and I've seen this with a lot of buyers, if interest rates go up, your pre-approval amount goes down. So if interest rates go up 0.8% or whatever it may be, and then you add the bank buffer in there, potentially if your pre-approval today is $1 million, it might be 900,000, 850. If the interest rates keep going up, you're only going to borrow less. So if you want to buy and you want to buy to your best ability and at the top of the level, now would be the good time to buy. You might be able to secure a fixed rate mortgage. I would suggest speaking to your broker and accountant about that. But this whole thing about, no, we're not going to buy now because of interest rates. Well, if you want to have the highest budget possible, now would be a good time. Lock in your interest rate if that's something you want to do and secure your rate for the future. And also, just quickly on that too, we have seen a lot of markets in the past where interest rates are going up. The property market actually goes up. So they're not always correlated with interest rates going up and the market going down or whatever suggestions are out there. If you're a buyer, buy with confidence, buy with your when you're ready, buy to your ability, and don't let all this silver noise get in the way. You want to make sure that you're in the market, you've got the headspace, you're ready to buy. Always now is the best time to buy. I'm going to add a link that I did in our last market update to a 19-minute unscripted video of me touching on the whole auction process. I think it's so important for sellers, buyers, everyone to know the process inside and out before we make any comments on it. I'll add the link below. It's a great video to watch, even if you're not thinking of buying or selling, but to understand the process. And so many sellers, in fact, on Trento Avenue today was one, and a few others in the past saying, Yanni, we don't know enough about the auction, or the last sale we did wasn't so successful. I can't talk for other agents or auctioneers. I can only talk about my knowledge and what I know. But so many times in the past, I've got the comments, oh, we don't know about the auction. 3 weeks later, it sells 300 grand above the reserve. So information is important, knowledge is important. I think it's a process that we are seeing consistently week in, week out is working for both buyers and most importantly our sellers as well. If you've got any questions on that process or any real estate questions at all, you can call me anytime on 0420 300 977. I'll add a link below to that video, and next week I'll touch on another topic with the auction process. It's been a pleasure speaking with you all. If you have any questions, you can call me anytime, you know that, and we'll see you all out in market.